Your phone videos look amateur, and that's why no one is watching. But the truth is, you don't need a 3K camera to make a viral video. All you need is the knowledge of how to use the one you have right in your pocket. And today, I am showing you the secret sauce of CapCut that will break all those amateur jinx. From pro speed ramps, to masking tricks, to Hollywood color grading standards. And in just 15 minutes, you grow from beginner to pro. Alright, let's unravel the mystery. Section 1. Pro Technique. Master Cinematic Speed Ramps. Alright, let's jump right into our first pro technique called Cinematic Speed Ramps. So, what is a speed ramp? Speed ramp is just a simple, smooth transition between speeds in a single clip. That is slowing down to add drama or speeding up to add energy. But this isn't just about fast forwarding or slow-mo, no. It's about how the viewer experiences time, how the viewer experiences change in time, transition in time. It's the secret ingredient that makes action scenes more intense. And a simple walking shot feel more like a movie. And top creators use this all the time because it gives a dynamic, high production feel that a constant speed clip can't just match. It is just the difference between a home movie and a captivating story. So, how do you pull this off in CapCut? It is surprisingly easy. So, let's start with a basic clip. But here, I'm going to use the shot of someone walking. Just make sure you use either a walking person or just a moving object, provided it is moving, so you see how it rolls. First, drag your clip onto the timeline. Now, with the clip selected, look at the bottom toolbar and tap on Speed. You will see Normal and Curve. Normal changes the speed of the whole clip at once, which isn't what we want. We want control, so tap on Curve. CapCut offers presets like Hero and Bullet, which are decent starting points. But we're here to be pros, so we are making our own. Tap Custom and then Edit. You will see a graph with a line and a few dots, or bits. This graph shows your clip speed over time. Higher on the graph is faster, lower is slower. The default is flat line at 1x, or normal speed. Our job is to shape this line into something more exciting. Let's say I want the work to start fast, slow down dramatically in the middle, and then speed up again. I'll tap Add Beat to create points where I want the speed to change. I'll add one near the beginning and one near the end. Now I have 3 sections. I'll drag the first beat up to about 3x. You will see the section of the clip physically shrink in the timeline because it's playing faster. For the middle, I want that dramatic slow-mo. So I'll grab the middle beat and pull it away down to about 0.3x. Instantly, that part of the clip expands. Finally, I'll pull the last beat up to 3x again to finish with a burst of energy. Play it back, and you'll see the effect. Fast, slow, fast. But it might feel a little jerky. This is where most people mess up. The key to a cinematic speed ramp is making it smooth. To fix this, we have a couple of options. In the Curve editor, you might see an option for smoother slow-mo or optical flow. Toggling this on lets CapCut AI blend the frames for a smoother result. But the real pro move starts even before the editing. Yeah, you need to shoot your video at a higher frame rate, like 60 frames per second, 60 FPS. Cause when you slow down 60 FPS footage in a 30 FPS timeline, the editor has doubled the frames to work with,
giving you buttery smooth slow motion instead of a choppy mess.
And one last trick, look back at your curve. To make the speed changes feel more natural, try to create a gradual S shape instead of sharp angles. A gentle slope into the slow motion dip feels much more organic and professional. Practice this on different clips and think like a director. Where do I want to build tension or create excitement? That's what separates a technician from an artist. Section 2. Pro Technique 2. Unlock Advanced Masking. Our Pro Technique 2 is one of the most creative, powerful, and advanced video editing tools. Advanced Masking. If speed ramp controls time, masking controls space. Masking is just basically a way to reveal or hide parts of a video layer, like a digital stencil. You can use it to blend clips, put text behind a moving person, create clone effects, or reveal a hidden word inside an object. It's just simple visual magic, and it's all possible in CapCut. Ready for something more advanced? Let's create a Potter effect. I have two clips, one of love symbol and another of romantic couple. I want to make it look like the couple is inside the love symbol. First, put the love symbol clip on the timeline, then import the couple clip and use overlay to place it on top. With the couple clip selected, go to the mask tool. You will see shapes like rectangle and circle. Circle is perfect for this. When you tap it, a circular mask is applied to the love symbol clip, revealing the love symbol underneath. Resize and position the circle to fit it over the love symbol. Use the feather tool, that's a little downward arrow here, to soften the edges for a natural blend. But what if the love symbol moves? The mask needs to move with it. This is where keyframes come in. At the start of the clip, tap the small diamond icon next to the mask position settings to add a keyframe. Now scrub forward a little. As the love symbol moves, reposition the mask to match its new spot. A new keyframe will be added automatically. Keep doing this every second or so. When you play it back, the mask will now follow the love symbol movement, creating a believable illusion. This is the power of combining the masking skill with keyframe, and it is very much crucial skill for any editor. Section 3, that is Pro Technique 3, applying cinematic color grading. We have manipulated time and space. Now, it is time to manipulate emotion with our final technique, cinematic color grading. Color is easily one of the most powerful storytelling tools you have. It sets the mood and gives your video a distinct professional look. Think of the cold, unsaturated blues in a sci-fi thriller or the warm, golden tones in a romantic drama. That's all color grading. The difference between raw footage and cinematic image is almost always the color. Now, let's break it down. It's a two-step process: color correction and then color grading. Correction is about fixing problems, making whites white and balancing exposure to get a neutral starting point. And grading, on the other hand, grading is the creative part, pushing those colors to create a specific style. First, let's correct our image. I have raw clip of myself that's a bit dark. Select the clip and tap adjust. This is our command center for color. You will see sliders for brightness, contrast, saturation, and more. I usually start by bumping up the brightness and adding a little contrast to make it pop. But be gentle. A common mistake is cranking up the saturation, but a more cinematic look often comes from slightly desaturating the image for a more muted, filmic quality. Now for the pros. HSL and curves, these are the game changers. HSL stands for hue, saturation, and luminance, and it lets you tweak individual colors. Now tap on HSL and you'll see different color samples. Let's say the green is too distracting. I can select the green sample and use the sliders to lower its saturation or even change its hue to be of a more yellow-green. This is how you get the famous teal and orange look, by pushing blues towards the teal and skin tones, that's in the orange channel, towards orange. Yeah, next up, the curves too. It might look scary, but it offers the more precise control. The graph represents your image tonal range, shows on the left, the middle tones in the middle, and highlights on the right. The classic S-curve is your best friend for cinematic contrast. Tap the line to add a point in the lower third, that's the shadows, and another in the upper third, that's the highlights. Gently pull the shadow point down and the highlight point up, creating a soft S shape. This adds a rich filmic contrast that the basic slider just can't match. Once your image is corrected and graded with HSL and curves, it's time for the final touches. CapCut has a great library of filters that can be a great starting point. That's the LUTs. Try one like Opehimia or Humble, but don't just slap on it. Use it softly on top of your manual adjustments. Add a slight vignette to darken the edges and draw the eye to the center. For that cinematic filmic texture, add a tiny bit of grain. When you combine all these small adjustments, your footage is transformed. It has depth, mood, character. It looks absolutely cinematic. In about 15 minutes, we have unlocked 3 pro edit strategies that will change your whole editing experience from amateur to pro. We have learned how to control time with speed ramps, how to blend reality with masking, and how to paint emotion with cinematic color grading. But remember, the aim is not to cram any technique into any video. It is to understand them so you can pull them from your toolkit for any video when the need calls. And how do you do that? You need to consistently practice randomly. Try out things and see how it turns out. Remember, quantity creates quality. The more you practice, the better you become. Now go start creating something amazing. Befti the creator here. You are the catalyst. Catalyze the subscription button and drop your editing challenge and we'll make a video for it.